Welcoming in Carmen Claremont. Welcome, Carmen. Good to see you from the Mile High.
Welcome to Pow Wow Live. So excited to have you here. We are going to start the show in just a few more minutes. We're going to talk tonight about the countdown to the Gathering of Nations Powwow. You're watching a grand entry from last year's gathering. Stay tuned. We'll get started in just a few minutes. Welcome. Thank you for being here. We're going to start our show in just a couple more minutes. Thank you for being here. Post in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from, or see somebody you know in the grand entry here at Gathering of Nations from last year. Tag them below. Let them know you saw them on our video tonight. Thanks for being here and watching Pow Wow Nation Live. You are watching the grand entry from the Gathering of Nations Pow Wow in Albuquerque, New Mexico in 2023. We're going to start the show and talk about this year's gathering here in just a minute. Thank you for being here. Post in the comments and let me know, have you ever been to gathering, or are you planning on going this year?
Welcoming in our dancers and champions and royalty.
hello. What a sight that is. It is so incredible. I always love watching Grand Entry at Gathering Nation. It is amazing. Welcome to Pow Wow Nation Live. I'm Paul Gatter from PowWows.com. Thank you so much for being here. First of all, I want to tell you, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. This is pre-recorded. I know I normally do these live. I'm sorry. I'm traveling this week. Really excited. We haven't had a big just vacation in a while. We've had some business trips, but this is our first really just getaway in almost a year. So we're really excited to get back on the road. So I'm sorry I'm not here with you live, but I will be checking the comments and watching. We got a lot to cover tonight, so thank you. First, let's get to some announcements. We will be streaming this weekend. Tomorrow, March 2nd and 3rd, we will be streaming live from the Apache Gold Intertribal Powwow out there in San Carlos, Arizona. They've got a great staff. Look at this. There's some names we know on here. Kelly Grant, arena director. Dale Roberts is back. It looks like his recovery is doing well, so he's going to be back running sound here. Clayton and Tammy will be there running tabulations. We got Otter Trail, Whitefish Juniors, Big Medicine. Big Medicine is the head gourd dancer. This is going to be a jam-packed staff. Great. Looks like it's going to be a great powwow. So don't miss any of it. We will be streaming live on Facebook and YouTube. So you can see all that on March 2nd and 3rd. Look for that. Hope to see you online. Two, just a few minutes ago, I drew the winners of our giveaway for February. The winners have been contacted. If you want to see who won, head over to PowWows.com/win. We've posted all the winners' names there, but all winners have been notified at this point. Our next contest is this is the video where I'm going to kick it off, and I'll tell you more about that in a few minutes. I do want to say a special thanks to all of those out there that support us through our Patreon. And here are the ways you can support us, and I really do appreciate anything you can do. First of all, if you want to help PowWows.com, the best thing you can do is continue to watch, share, comment, like, whatever. Any of our content you see, please interact with it. That tells the social media networks that you like it and you want to see more of it. That really does help us. If you want to become part of our special community we have over on Patreon, we really do have a great group over there. We're doing monthly group Zoom calls, which are always fun to catch up with people. You can learn more about that over at PowWowNation.com. And of course, subscribe to our newsletter. That is the best way to stay in touch with everything we're doing. All of our announcements get put into our newsletter, as well as upcoming powwows, our live streams, new articles we're writing. That is the best way to stay up to date with what's going on. Don't depend on seeing it on Facebook, because you know how this works. You will not, sometimes you might not see what we post. So, and of course, if you are an entrepreneur or running a business and you want to work with me, I'd love to talk with you about helping you grow your business through email marketing, building community, social media, all that. You can learn more about what I'm doing with that over at paulgouder.com. Okay, I think those are all the announcements. So let's talk about our contest. And this whole contest, we kick it off every March. This is our countdown to Gathering Nations. Gathering Nations is the biggest powwow of the year. It's something we look forward to. So I like to build the hype, build the suspense, and to help you guys find out what's going on. Whether you're going to be there in person or watch it online, it is a great time to really be a part of the PowWows.com community and enjoy Gathering of Nations together. So our countdown to Gathering kicks off on March 1st, which is the day this video will come out. And you can learn more about that over at PowWows.com/win. You can enter the contest, and I'll tell you about the prizes here in just a minute. And at the end of this, I'll have a bonus code to give you extra entries into the contest. If you've played our contest before, you know how that works. If not, just watching this video will give you extra entries that only people watching this video will get. This concert is sponsored by our friend 8th Generation. We got to visit them up in Seattle last year, and it was super exciting to be able to see their store and their warehouse. They make some incredible blankets and jewelry and home goods. They are an amazing company producing some incredible art and working and partnering with artists all over Indian country. So excited to be able to partner with them again. This year's prizes here, I'm just going to show you a few of the prizes. We're going to be giving away the All My Relations blanket. Absolutely gorgeous. The Whispering Blossoms blanket. This Hope Floats scarf. Love the purple shades on that. As well as the Berry Blossom earrings. Their Silver Cedar Bough necklace, which I got to see in person, and these things are so cool. They do a really great job with their jewelry. So those are just some of the prizes you can win over at PowWows.com/win. And again, this contest is all about counting down to Gathering of Nations. So let's talk about Gathering of Nations. If you've been before or you're going this year, please post in the comment and let me know. We'll be there. And of course, if you're not able to be there, you can still be a part of all the fun with our live stream. We will be streaming again the entire powwow. We'll have that on one stream. So we'll be streaming live Friday and Saturday, all the dancing and singing. And then we'll have a separate stream for Stage 49, which is, we'll talk about more, but that's kind of their music festival. So if you've never been to Gathering Nations or not sure about it, let's talk about what Gathering Nations is. First of all, it is, like I said, North America's largest powwow. Let me pull up the flyer here so you can see a little bit more about it. It's going to take place in Albuquerque, April 25th, 26th, and 27th. It is held at the Expo New Mexico Fairgrounds. The powwow is inside the Tingley Coliseum, and the Indian Traders Market and everything else is outside and in some of the surrounding buildings. What you will see there is over 2,500 dancers and singers, 20 plus drum groups. There'll be 4 grand entries, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday, which you saw the video earlier. Just an amazing thing to see. You don't want to miss that. And there's so much more. There's Stage 49. There's the Miss Indian World pageant, the horse and rider contest, the Indian Traders Market. So let's get into a little bit more of that. First, I'll show you a little bit more of Grand Entry because I just don't. Grand Entry at Gathering Nations is so special. So I want to talk about, let you see again in the intro. If you saw that, you saw a little bit of it, but here's more of it. It's so amazing to see this with this many dancers in the arena. It's something you don't want to miss. You want to see that. Be there for that. The grand entries, like I said, will take place. You'll have 4 grand entries, 2 on Friday, 2 on Saturday. Let's go back to the flyer and talk a little bit more about everything else that's going on there. Okay. So, head staff, the announcers, the same announcers have been around for a while, and they do such a great job. But Dennis Bowman, Vince Bile, Ruben Littlehead, Joaquin Hamilton, Youngbird, Jason Edwards, James Edwards, Jason Whitehouse, and our good friend Larry Yazzie. Excited to see Larry working the mic again. Him and Jason do some of the roving interviews, which is always amazing to watch. Arena directors Randy Medicine Bear and George Cricket Shields. They run an amazing event. They've been working together on Gathering for so many years now. They've got this thing down pat. Invited drum groups include Cozad Cree Confederation, Northern Cree, Black Eagle, Fort Peck Sioux, and Pawnee Yellow Horse. I mean, right there, you got to come for these drums. Just the invited drums, not to mention all the other drums that will be there. Over $200,000 in cash prizes, lots of different specials. You can see over here, special contest, women's Northern Traditional Stationary, men's Southern Straight, the hand drum special, which that's really fun to see. We'll talk about some of these other things more in a minute. If you are coming to Gathering, you do need to order. I'd recommend you order your tickets ahead of time because the lines get long and you can be waiting in line for a long time. So go ahead and buy them ahead of time. The 2-day wristband that gets you in and out with, be able to walk in and out. It's $45 for the whole weekend. VIP, you get a special seating and a VIP lounge. That's $85, or a 1-day ticket is $25. All right, so let's talk a little bit more about some of the special things that happen at Gathering besides the powwow. The first thing we want to talk about is the Miss Indian World pageant. Every year they crown a new Miss Indian World, and this is a really, really cool thing to be able to watch because it is more than just a beauty pageant. It is truly, these girls have to be very well versed in their culture and knowing their tribes, their nation's history and language and culture. The first thing they'll do, they arrive almost a week before the powwow starts, and they go through an interview process. They do public speaking, and then on Thursday night before the powwow, there's the Miss Indian World traditional talent presentation. We we worked with Gathering a couple weeks ago, and we streamed last year's on our channel. So if you want to go back and watch that and see these presentations, that is not streamed live. We show that after the fact, but that happens over at the Kiva Auditorium in downtown Albuquerque. That is unbelievable to watch these ladies present. And you'll see everything from dancing to crafts to giving, doing storytelling or telling a particular part of their tribe's history, or maybe about a particular craft or something, historical moment. It's really, really cool to watch. That is a must see. So that happens on Thursday night. Friday, the women, that's when they do their public speaking over on stage 49. Then Friday afternoon, they'll also do a dance contest in the Pow Wow Arena. And then Saturday night is the crowning of the Miss Indian World, which is always just so incredible to watch. Here's a little footage from last year's crowning. Women from all over the country, all over Indian country, U.S. and Canada, come for this. So it's really, really cool to see, and see the work that these ladies put into it months and months ahead of time, preparing for this, working on their regalia, working on their talent, working on knowing themselves and being able to answer questions and carry themselves so well. It is really, really cool. There's Tori McConnell was crowned Miss Indian World last year, and so here's her picture as Miss Indian World. So who will be this year's Miss Indian World? I don't know. You'll have to come and join us live, either on the webcast, the live stream, or there in person to see who will be this year's Miss Indian World. The other thing that happens at Gathering Nations, it's really special, is Stage 49. Like I said, that is the music festival of Gathering Nations. And so here, they haven't announced the entire lineup of Stage 49, but here's just some of the people that are coming. Indigenous is going to be there. Common Kings, DJ Logic, Northern Cree is going to be performing out on Stage 49. That's a don't miss. NRG Rising, a reggae group, as well as I think they've got a mariachi group coming. It is, look, when you want to take a break from the powwow and you want to go see something, Stage 49 is rolling all weekend long, and super, super cool to be able to go out there and see something a little bit different that you're not going to see at most powwows. Make sure if you're there at Gathering, spend a few minutes, go watch that. If you're watching on the live stream, switch over and make sure you watch a little bit of that too. Don't miss out these special performances. And we'll have the, coming later in March, we'll have the full lineup from Gathering Nations. Don't forget, PowWows.com/win will get you into our contest about Gathering. And I'll be sending, if you're part of the contest, I'll be sending out notifications and alerts and things that are happening with Gathering, kind of helping you build up the excitement before the powwow starts. So go over there and sign up, PowWows.com/win. All right, the next thing I want to talk about is they also at Gathering have started, this is started a few years ago, and it's really, really grown. And a lot of people are now coming just for this, and that is the Horse and Rider Parade. And this is a contest as well. The riders are competing, and you can see, look at the work they put in to really dressing out these horses and themselves. And, it's a lot of work that goes into this as well, bringing their horses to Albuquerque from wherever they are, having all of this, all the accessories and the beadwork and everything, taking care of the horses while they're there. Some of them paint the horses up too, as well as the beadwork. And they, of course, you're having to spend days making sure you take care of your horses. And so this is another great thing to see, a little bit different part of Native culture that you are not going to see at most powwows. Really, really special to watch. So don't miss the Horse and Rider Parade. And they do have a special parade on Friday and Saturday. So that's another thing that's really cool. And then the other thing I encourage you to do is whether you're watching online or in person, don't miss the grand entries. Don't miss the crowning of Miss Indian World. But make sure you stay late Friday night and Saturday night, because, and this happens at most powwows, but it happens at Gathering and some of the larger powwows way too often, is the adult categories and the highly competitive categories. Although there's been some teen categories lately at some of the powwows I've been to that are extremely competitive. But what I was saying is, when you get to the fancy and the men's fancy, or the women's fancy feather, the grass, some of these content, jingle that's going to have tons of incredible champion dancers competing against each other. Those are going to be in the later hours. And we're talking like after 9 p.m. Eastern, 10, 11 p.m. Eastern. They're going to be late. So make sure you stay up late or tune in the next day on the live stream. But don't, especially if you're in person, don't leave early. Stay to the end. Watch all of these contests. That's the stuff you're going to want to see. Now, again, we will have it all on live stream so you can go back and watch it. But don't miss it. Don't think that, when you see maybe a lull Saturday night and they do the crowning of Miss Indian World and you feel like, well, that was it. That was the highlight. Don't. Stay tuned because there's so much more coming. All right, so that's a little bit about Gathering and our contest. Thank you for 8th Generation for sponsoring our contest again. Here is that bonus code I promised. So tonight's bonus code, you can go over to PowWows.com/win. The contest kicked off today. It is open. It'll be open through the beginning of May. You can enter daily. You can get extra entries by doing that. And you can look for bonus codes all over. We'll have them here on the live stream. We'll have them in our podcast. We'll have them hidden on the website. 8th Generation is going to hide some. And of course, they'll be in our email newsletters as well. So lots of places to find these bonus codes to get some of these prizes. You saw there's multiple blankets, some jewelry, scarves, all kinds of stuff. So tonight's bonus code is 822-407. 822-407. Good luck. I hope it's you that wins one of these prizes, and I cannot wait to be at Gathering Nations. If you're there, please come by and say hello. I'll be up on the stage streaming. Please say hello. I'd love to shake your hand and meet you. But I hope you'll enjoy it. Again, whether you're watching at home or watching it there in person, Gathering Nations is one of the highlights that we do all year, and I'm so excited to be doing it again. Thank you to the Matthews family for continuing to work with PowWows.com. Cannot wait to be back in Albuquerque this year. Thanks for being here tonight. Like I said earlier, I'm off on a trip. I'll be back live. We come back on the 13th of March, so I will be back live that week, hopefully, if I'm all recovered and unpacked. But thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all your support. Thank you for being a part of the Pow Wow Nation community out there with PowWows.com. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will see you soon.